Hi, distance learning friends. Welcome. Today it is January 5th, and we're ready for some math today. Today, our objective is to tell time to the 1/2 hour. So I know this was a while ago that we learned about the 1 o'clock, right? Or the 2 o'clock. And here's our picture of o'clock. That's what we learned last time. And we learned that when this long hand right here, this long hand is, here there, I'll circle it. The long hand is pointed at the 12, that's o'clock, okay? That's when it's at o'clock. Well, today we're going to be learning about uh, half past or 30 minutes. And what this looks like right here is the half hour. Now, the half hour means that the long hand is pointing at the 6. So down here, the 6, the long hand is pointing at it. That means it's 1/2 hour. So it's gone around the clock 1/2 of the way. And we looked at this a little bit in class when we do our board work. We always check out the clock, and we've been talking about that a little bit. But this is what 1/2 hour looks like. Another way that we call this is 30 minutes. So let me, oh, it doesn't want to select that. Let's see. Well, can you see that very good? It's also called 30 minutes. Let me select this one again. That one doesn't want to work. So when we look at this and we write the hours, it would be whatever hour it is. So like right here, it's 1 and it's 30 because it's 30 minutes. So that's what it looks like when we're writing the time, okay? So we always know that 6 is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, okay? And this little hand, wherever it was pointing last, it's like kind of right in between the 1 and the 2, but it's always going to be that first number right there. So it's 130, okay? So it's the number that it hasn't, because it hasn't quite gotten to the 2 yet. So it's still 130. Okay. All right. We are going to just go ahead and do some little practice sessions so that you can kind of see on the worksheets what we're going to be doing today. Let me grab a pen. I've got a marker here so that you can see what I'm thinking when I look at this page. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just so that I can see it a little bit nicer, okay? And all we're going to be doing is telling the time today to that half hour, okay? So easy peasy, we can totally do that. So first I'm going to look, and I notice that my long hand is pointing to the 6, so I know that it's a 30, right? It's a 30 minutes. It's half an hour, okay? So now I just need to find out which number my little hand, oh, it hasn't quite reached the 2 yet, so it's going to be 130. So I'm going to circle the 130, okay? Number 2, I know it's a 30. They're all going to be 30s, right? But what number has it not? It hasn't quite got to the 6, this little hand. The little hand is closer to the 5. So I'm going to circle 530 this time. Number 3, this time my number is, or my long hand is on the 6, so that gives us a 30, right? What number is it on, or did it just pass? It's almost to the 9 right there, but not quite. So we're going to use the 8 this time. So it's 830. Okay, next one down, number 4. We have our long hand on the 6, so we know it's a 30. What number is the little hand on? The little hand is not quite, it goes around this way, right? It's not quite to the 12 yet. So it's still the 11 is what we're looking for. So it's 1130. 30 right there. Okay, down at the bottom, number 5. We know it's a 30. That's our longhand. We're looking at the shorthand now. It was on the 4. It's not quite to the 5 yet. That means that it's 4:30. So I'm going to circle 4:30. Okay, so I hope that you're kind of getting the hang of this. This is a little bit tricky because the little hand is halfway in between those numbers. Okay, and so it's important that you note that this is the direction that the clock is moving. So those little hands are moving, and it's halfway between the 4 and the 5 because it's a half of an hour. Okay, so it's slowly moving, moving, moving until it gets back to that 5, and then it will be 5 o'clock once it gets the long hand on the 12 again. Okay. All right, let's look at our next page, and I'll do this quickly before it's your turn to give it a shot on the worksheets. So we know it's at the 30 because we have the long hand right there, and our number right here is in between the 3 and the 4, so it's not 2-4 yet, right? It's the number 3. So we're going to circle 3:30 for this one. Number 2, we have our 30 long hand. Our small hand, the short hand, is just past the 12. So we're going to select our 12:30 for that one. On number 3, we have our long hand on the 6, so we know it's a 30. We have our 10 and an 11, and it's in between. Since the clock moves this way, we know that it's still on 10. So it's 10:30. Number 4, we know it's a 30, long hand on the 6. The short hand is in between the 7 and the 8, and it's moving this way, so we know that it's 7:30 on this one. And last, number 5, we have 30 minutes, and the shorthand is in between the 9 and the 10, so it's 9:30. Very good. All right. So now it's your turn, friends. You are going to go ahead and advance on this Nearpod and go to the next 2 worksheets that are going to let you practice what we just talked about. Okay. Good luck. I hope you make it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.